Okay, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to What's Going On with Swagger Magazine. Tonight, our guest is Brittany Washington, and I am your host this evening, Tyra Gardner, also known as Anger Dr. Tyra. And tonight, I will be interviewing the lovely Brittany Washington of My Beautiful Fluff. And so, her bio is growing up plus size and struggling with self acceptance. She was driven to create a brand that celebrates body positivity and diversity. My Beautiful Fluff offers inclusive clothing, empowering beauty products, and a supportive community for women of all shapes and sizes. Our mission is to promote self love and confidence, helping everyone feel beautiful in their own skin. Everyone, welcome to the stage, Miss Brittany Washington. How are you this evening?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, awesome. Myself and Swagger are so happy to have you here. So let's get started. What inspired you to find My Beautiful Fluff?
I think the frustration fueled my brand. I
Hmm.
went natural, and I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, there's all these cute shirts that I want to represent my natural hair. They all
Hmm.
stopped at a 3X. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to create it.
Hmm.
It's been an amazing journey over the past 8 years, figuring out how to design shirts, how to
Hmm.
make sure the sizing is right. When I got our
Hmm.
first batch of shirts, not knowing what I was doing, they were in centimeters instead of inches. So it's
Okay.
it's been a wild ride, but a beautiful journey.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Wow. You've been in business now for 8 years?
There's some years in there that I didn't count. Oh,
Oh, good. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Those years, even though we don't count them, they count because it was just you were at a different place at that moment, right? So okay, but that's good. All right. So can you elaborate on the mission of My Beautiful Fluff and how it aims to promote self-love and confidence?
our mission is just to make everyone feel beautiful. I feel like a lot of times, if you're plus or if you have natural hair, I've
Hmm.
been told that I need to straighten my hair to be professional or I need to lose weight to be beautiful.
Hmm.
And I went on a whole journey of losing weight to find out that I still didn't like the person that I seen in
Hmm.
the mirror because losing weight didn't address how I felt about me and how I let
Hmm.
other people make me feel about myself. So it was
Hmm.
learning how to love my body at all stages and parts of life.
Hmm.
And through my brand, I just want people to know that they are beautiful as they are. That's kind of what started our Show Off Your Fluff contest, where
Oh, I love it.
we take women from our community, we turn them into characters, and when we put them on our line. Like the shirt that I have now is
Hmm.
one of my dear friends and favorite fluffy women, Mimi of Roots of Fatima. She creates the most beautiful custom pieces for plus size
Okay.
bodies.
Hmm.
But it was beautiful being able. This was a picture she had taken at BeautyCon before COVID came,
Hmm.
and she won last year, and we turned it into a character, and it's been placed on our line.
Oh, awesome. That's amazing. I'm glad she won that contest. That was great. And so what city and state are you located in?
I am in Davenport, Iowa.
Oh, awesome. Okay. All right. And how do you ensure that your brand remains inclusive and supportive of women of all shapes and sizes?
I think the way that I make sure that we stay inclusive is just thinking about everyone when we're creating. Like even
Hmm.
when I created the coloring book, I asked for
Hmm.
women in the community send me pictures so that when I'm
Mm.
working with the designer to create images, that we
Hmm.
have different body types that are inclusive of everyone.
Hmm. Okay. And so what types of clothing and beauty products does My Beautiful Fluff offer?
We have earrings, journals. These earrings I have, these are my favorite. They're cut out and they say I
They're
love
cute. Hmm.
you. But we have makeup brush sets, we
Hmm.
have coloring books, we have journals with some of the show off your fluff characters on them.
Hmm.
We have our fluffy tote bag. That is my favorite. We redesigned it this year to
Okay.
make it better. Like it didn't have a zipper on top, and like
Okay.
I would drop everything out of it, and people kept saying it needs a zipper, and I'm like, you're right, it does need a
Mhm.
zipper. So we redesigned it, had it custom made with a bigger handle, a different color handle. We had a white handle on there.
Mhm.
White attracts dirt, and it looks so we went black. So we redesigned
Okay.
the bag, added a zipper, and it is
Mhm.
amazing. It is my favorite
Okay.
travel bag, my physical therapy bag,
Okay. So you use that for everything.
for everything. It's huge. I can take my beach towel, all my
Mhm.
shoes, everything that I need to get in the pool. I can fit in the bag.
Oh, okay. And what colors does the bag come in?
Right now, it only comes in one, which is it's a peachy, pinky kind of purple color.
Okay.
But we'll have some new colors that'll release in the fall.
Okay. Awesome. That is awesome. And how has the community aspect of My Beauty Fluff evolved? And what impact has it had on your customers?
It has been an amazing evolution. I
Mhm.
am not a social media person, but during COVID, we really
Mhm.
started to build our community online because we didn't have in person events to go to. So it was
Mhm.
we recruited brand we opened up our brand ambassador program during COVID, which
Mhm.
introduced me to some of the most amazing plus size women. I worked
Okay.
with her name is Atara. She's a plus size stylist. So
Mhm.
for one of my first photo shoots after COVID, she styled me. It
Mhm.
was amazing. She is the best plus stylist that I've ever worked with.
Okay.
And it's just amazing people that I've been, like one of my dear friends, Rashida. She won our first year Show Off Your Fluff. She's now one of our brand ambassadors. And it's just the amazing people that I've got to meet offline, well,
Mhm.
online, that's transferred offline. We went
Mhm.
to the Miss Caribbean full figure pageant last year. So I got to meet three of my brand ambassadors for the first time in person.
Mhm.
So it's making those connections online to then be able to support each other at events offline.
Okay. I tell you, it's like when you look at how everything happened during COVID, it was just like once, the world started opening up, it was just like, oh my goodness, just so happy to start meeting everybody in person,
It
you
will
know? And
be,
so I can only imagine with having a retail business and, it's like you get brand ambassadors and it's like, oh my goodness, hopefully these people will, do my brand justice and represent it the way that I have it, that I have been doing over the past few years. And then once you got to meet everybody, I know that was an awesome experience.
it was a beautiful event. The pageant was amazing. One of
Hmm.
our brand ambassadors actually took the crown. So it was so beautiful to be able to meet her for the first time and see her take the crown. It was an amazing experience.
Awesome. And how often does that event happen?
It's every year that they actually just had it this past weekend.
Oh, really? Wow. What state was it, in Iowa or was it somewhere else?
It's actually in New York.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Wow. Okay. I have to check that out next time it comes through. All right, so let's start talking about this beautiful and wonderful body positive coloring book that you created. Can you tell us about your coloring book and what inspired you to create this?
We have journals that have some of our
Hmm.
characters on it.
Hmm.
Someone asked me about an adult coloring book, and I never really thought about it,
Hmm.
but I kept, and even in events when people will see the journals, they're like, oh, it's got the pretty image on the outside. I thought it was a coloring book.
Hmm.
So after I kept hearing that so many times, I'm like, okay, maybe I do need to create a coloring book.
Hmm.
And I was
Okay.
So it just kind of worked out. And then I was able to partner with a designer that I love. Addie Raw has a
Hmm.
brand. She has a brand of journals, coloring
Hmm.
books, and
Hmm.
now branching into business development. So I was able to work with her on creation of the coloring books, and it was amazing. She was
Okay.
patient. Um,
Hmm.
Even though we ended up with like 60 pictures that people submitted, she looked at the different body types to make sure as we created the coloring book, it was beautiful. We were able to include affirmations that our community sent So,
Hmm.
so in the coloring book, we have affirmations throughout that you can color. We also have a page in the front that has
Hmm.
25 affirmations, and then another page for your own body positive affirmations.
Okay. Look, I think is awesome, because the bottom line is adult coloring books is a very much needed stress reliever. I'm a therapist by trade, and so I believe in, positive affirmations, number one, and as well as finding as many coping skills and tools that you can use to keep yourself, calm when things become disruptive in your life. And so creating a coloring book that will get people engaged as well as keep them in a positive mindset, I think is amazing. And I think it's awesome that you created this, and I see that this is going to be big for you, this coloring book. And so what kind of feedback have you received from the community regarding the coloring book?
The
You have this on Amazon, or is it just through
it,
your website?
it's on our website. It's also
Hmm.
on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and Walmart online.
Okay.
But the feedback has been amazing. I was actually vending at an autism event, and I was talking to a woman that works in the school district. She's like, "This
Hmm.
is beautiful for older women." She's like, "But what about teens and tweens? Have you
Mm.
thought about it?" I'm like, "Hmm." And
Hmm.
I'm like, "You know what? What are the affirmations that I needed when I was a teen or tween growing up? Plus,
Hmm.
that would have helped me
Hmm.
not feel as awkward or feel the need to change."
Hmm.
So it sparked a thought, and then I had somebody else ask me about a coloring book
Hmm.
for, she's like, her daughter's 13.
Right.
She really thinks that it would be helpful to see images like her, to have affirmations. I'm like, well, part two.
Okay. Okay. I think that'll be great. I think, because when you look at the teenage population, number one, although times is different, from 10, 20, 30 years ago, we still experience the same problems, in regards to feeling awkward, feeling, moments of self-worth being decreased, moments of not being motivated to do things, feeling, low self-esteem, low self-confidence. And so we see these happening. And so anything that can help them to not feel so bad and to feel that they're not alone, I think is awesome. And I think, with the coloring book that will help, the number one thing that people want to see is something that looks like me. And I think that's the ultimate message, that a lot of children like to see, that number one, that they're not alone. Number two, this looks like me. I can relate. It's actually people out here that relate to what I have going on. So I think this coloring book is going to be awesome. When do you plan on launching?
This one's going to take us a little while. I want to be able to. I've kind of put some posts out on social media to ask
Hmm.
people, as a teen or tween, what are some affirmations you wanted
Hmm.
or needed or that helped you. So I
Hmm.
also want to get some pictures of some teens and tweens to make sure that when this coloring book is created, it's inclusive.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, yes, because you definitely want to have it where it can actually relate to the younger audience. Because we know how their attention span is, and we need to get them something that'll get them off the social media for a while. And in an actual book, whether it's a color book, whatever, just we need to get you into something else instead of TikTok and making TikTok videos. Ah, all right. And so, how has your personal journey with self acceptance and body positivity influenced your work with My Beautiful Fluff?
I think it's been a big influence in the things that I've created and the products that I decided to create.
Hmm.
Just learning to accept my body through changes. And then after I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, learning to love my
Hmm.
body. That it can't do the
Hmm.
things that it used to do, but being able to
Hmm.
love it where it's at and accept that, yeah, I can't do the things that I used to do, but I can do this.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Acceptance is everything. Because the thing is, sometimes when we have challenges, I know it's difficult to accept the things that you cannot change, but it's also being able to change your mindset and to focus in on the things that you can change and start working from there, because it's all, when we think about it, it's all about mindset, and the whole being able to accept things that we can't change. Self acceptance is everything, and it's not something that you get overnight.
It's not. There's
Yeah.
days that I feel like, oh my God, I wish I could do this. But it's like you can't get stuck in, I wish I could have,
Hmm.
when right now it can do this. So
Right.
it's, it's learning
Yeah.
to be happy with where you're at. And it may,
Yeah.
where I'm at may not be where I want to be, but
Hmm.
taking it one step at a time.
Right. But one of my colleagues always say slow moving is always moving. So it's not like you're not moving. You're moving. You're just moving at the pace that's most comfortable for you. And that's okay. And that is okay. What advice would you give someone struggling with body image issues and looking for ways to embrace self love?
I think the biggest tips that I would give them is positive self talk. What we think, it
Hmm.
manifests into every part of our life. So if you
Hmm.
feel something's wrong, it's ugly, then that's what you're going to see every time you look in the mirror. Try changing it. Don't
Hmm.
surround yourself with people that are negative,
Hmm.
because the people you surround yourself have a lot to do with how you feel about yourself. And
Oh
tuning
my
out
goodness.
social media, because people on social media will make you think you need to be perfect.
Hmm. People on social media make you think you need to be a size one. And that's not always the case. One thing, because I know I'm big myself, so I know one of the things that a lot of people try to say is, oh, just because you're heavy, you're not healthy. That's not necessarily true. You could be skinny as a rail and be unhealthy, and you could be voluptuous and also be healthy. Again, it's all in how we take care of ourselves and how we do things, and just being able to, you know, do all of the things that's most comfortable for us, whether it's eating healthy, working out, just being able to have that mindset shift and do what you need to do that's healthy for you and not pay attention to what's going on social media, because it definitely can be a negative influence if you're not careful.
It can. Social media, my first year in, I'm like, oh my
Hmm.
God, I don't know if I want to do this, because they're like, oh, you're promoting obesity. I'm not promoting obesity. I'm promoting loving yourself as you are.
Oh my,
And I had to,
somebody actually said that to you?
oh yeah, they're like, she's promoting being fat. She's promoting obesity. I'm like,
Mm.
I cried a little bit, and I'm like, what? Why am I listening to you?
Right, right. Somebody that didn't matter, of course.
Didn't matter.
Hmm. That's you know what? So many people out there, I call them keyboard gangsters. I call them people that wanna I want to say something, but I better not say that. Not on this platform. But people always wanting to do the most. They always want to s- stir up some unnecessary trouble, and then you got people that try to be dream killers and business killers, and find anything that they can say to ruffle people's feathers. But I am so happy that you did not let these negative Nancy's into your mindset for you to end up changing your brand. This is your brand, and your brand is awesome, and I'm glad that you continued on with your business, and not allowed them in with their negative comments. All right, so what are some of your future goals and projects outside of your coloring books? Do you have any events or anything coming up that you will be attending or that you're hosting that you would like us to come to?
Let's see. We have a few events that we're vending at
Okay.
throughout the summer. I know one is here locally, and then I
Hmm.
think we have one or two more in Chicago coming up. It's too many. I said I was going to stop doing events for a while, and then events come up. and I book them anyway.
Girl, let me tell you, I'm glad you booked and busy. I'm sitting up here, look, trying to figure, I'm like, all right, Tyra, you got to get back in the swing of things. I'm looking for events. So I can understand being booked and busy, and I can understand wanting to take a break, so you're going to have to make sure you get some time in for you, because I know how it can be, traveling all over the place, trying to promote your business, promote your brand. And so it's good that you have brand ambassadors. And I'm gonna say, if you can use the ones in other states to help you get your message out and to do some of the events, use them.
I'm gonna have to start. June was a busy month. We went to Atlanta. We were in Chicago, and then the
Hmm.
same week we were in Atlanta for another event, and we drove.
Okay.
It was a busy month, but we went to the Supersize Your Life Expo in Atlanta.
Okay.
It was
Hmm.
it was amazing. It was to help raise funds for lymphedema, and
Yes.
the event was amazing. They had
Oh, wow.
speakers, they had different presenters,
Hmm.
breakout rooms. There was one on energy that was amazing. That you don't think about how energy is transferable even when someone isn't touching you. So my husband actually volunteered for the workshop, and
Hmm.
she was touching his back, and she's like, "Tell me when you feel my hands are gone." And it was 2 minutes and 45 seconds that
Hmm.
her hands were gone, but the energy was still present.
Hmm. It's something, right? Energy is a whole vibe. Ooh. Yeah, learning about energy. Oh my goodness. I know that was awesome.
It was and the speaker was an actress as well
Hmm.
as a business owner, so it was nice to talk to her. She was in
Hmm.
Suicide Squad. She made beautiful bracelets.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Awesome.
it was nice, but I'm tired.
She said, I'm tired. Oh, well, look, whatever break you have, you owe it to yourself. Are you off this weekend or are you traveling this weekend as well?
We are off this weekend, so
Oh, my
it'll be
goodness.
nice to not have to get in the car.
Look, kick your feet up and enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend of rest. Because I know when August comes, I know everything is going to be hopping and hopping and hopping.
Back to school time. It seems like the summer just
Hmm.
they just got out of school. Now it's almost time to go back.
Right. And do you have small children in school?
Well, taller than me, but still small. He's My son is Joshua's 12.
Okay.
He
Okay.
starts he starts middle school this year. I'm nervous.
Oh no, why are you nervous?
God, elementary was flew by so fast. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready. Kids in middle school, they're different.
They real different, but he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. He has a good mom, good dad that's gonna do what they gotta do to make sure that he's good. And look, mom could create a coloring book for young men in those tween years, to help them because boys use affirmations also.
They definitely need him, and he's grown
Hmm.
so tall. Everybody's like, he can't be 12. He's 5'8".
Oh wow. Okay, so he's gonna be approaching close to 7.
Yeah, I need him to stop growing. Every time I look up, he's taller. He
But
couldn't.
that's okay.
He's like, Mom, I'm taller than you now. And
Would you say I'm still the mom though? It's okay. It's okay.
I'll still take your tablet, so you'll be all right.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So how can listeners get involved with Beautiful Fluff and be able to support your mission?
They can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're Shop My Beautiful Fluff. You can go to our website, My Beautiful Fluff. We are looking for guest bloggers. So if you'd like to share your story of body positivity, we're looking for guest bloggers. We're also looking for live guests. One of my goals right now is I'm in the NASDAQ Milestone Circles program is to create more video content. So if you're interested in being live host, teach a class, makeup artist, beauty,
Mhm.
therapist, we're looking for all of them. So there's a form on our website that you can fill out to be a guest.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome. I am actually a graduate of the NASDAQ Mile Circles program. I graduated in January 2024.
Oh, amazing.
So welcome, NASDAQ sister. You're gonna look, it's an amazing experience. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna get all this video and everything all the goals that you set for your milestone. You're gonna do it. You're gonna
I,
get it all done.
it's a lot in 12 weeks, but I've done it. Like in the last week, I've
Mhm.
created all my blogs throughout the end of the year. So I was,
Oh wow, look at you. You're doing good. It was funny because when I did mine, I was finishing my doctoral program. I was actually writing my dissertation. And so it was like I was doing like 59 things at one time. But I did what I set out to do, which was focus on my marketing and social media. So, like I said, you got this. You're going to do this. You got this. This was awesome, Brittany. This was an awesome interview. I am so happy to have you on Swagger. What's going on? Everybody, make sure you follow Brittany Washington on all social media at Shop My Beautiful Fluff. Again, this was awesome. Thank you so much for coming on with me this evening, Brittany.
oh,
Have an awesome, awesome weekend.
you too. Thank you so much for having me. It was an honor and a blessing to be able to spend the evening talking to you guys.
Yes, it was awesome having you on. I can't wait to get a copy of your coloring book and see all of the amazing things that you have in store for the rest of this year.
Thank you.
You got this. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to talk to all of you later. Stay tuned to Swagger Magazine because we have more awesome interviews coming up on what's going on. Thank you all. Have a good evening.